Hello, this is an update on my post healing plan for sexual intimacy, where I'm at and what's going on for me. And I believe this will help many of you today, because I actually wrote a adjunct clearing and reframe based on the issue I'm dealing with. And this is pretty typical for me, that my PTSD that was a byproduct of my sexual abuse was always delayed, because you couldn't express your emotion as a child, and everything was repressed. And plus, it's a very bizarro thing when you're so young and you don't understand what's happening, and it's easy for you to disconnect and dissociate anyway. So the last few days I've been dealing on and off, meaning it's settled down and then flared up again, as a urinary tract infection. And I'm not someone that gets these, so it's not like it's a recurring thing for me. And side note, I'm in Hawaii. I am in my swimsuit. This is so in the moment, but I really felt impressed to help you today. And I'll talk about my gems and this patch I have on my arm and this device I have on here at the end, for those who care, because I'm sure you're noticing that. What is that? So the urinary tract infection, notice in your body what the feeling and discomfort, how would you describe it? Well, burning and the quality of infuriation, it burning to the point that it's so painful, is like beyond anger. It's infuriation. It's really pissed off. And do I intellectually and in my conscious state feel that? No, I've done so much healing on this. In fact, it's day 4 that I've been dealing with this, and it would subside during the day, and I would then figure it was over, and then I'd wake up with the sensation of it again. And that would be that's part of the pattern as well, ignoring what you can't fix when you're a child, because you're powerless, trying to ignore it. So finally today I'm like, okay, enough's enough. I need to clear this. Not enough towards my body. It was me, my intellectual self, going, you've put this off long enough. Let's get to the emotional energy and cleanse it and give your body the opportunity to really free this up and do the things from a physical standpoint. I haven't felt prompted that it's correct to get an antibiotic. I do the tons, and I'll probably drink a gallon of water today, and I am going to get the unsweetened cranberry juice at the health food store here in town. And you can Google all that. There's some natural, and there's research on the cranberry juice, actually, if that interests you. But the core of this is the emotional stuff. And so if you're dealing with any side effects delayed from doing the healing plan, which was technically complete as a group a couple weeks ago, that's not uncommon when you're dealing with this part of our physiology and our issues that have to do with sexuality, because we don't openly talk about it. So a lot of things get delayed or repressed to deal with later. I did draw from my collection here of my healing oils, the I Am Purpose, to apply. I put that in my groin area, just above the pubic bone, on the abdomen around the second chakra. And also took in some, because there's a lot of healing in the auditory, of smelling the oils as well. They bypass the blood-brain barrier and go, that scent does affect your brain chemistry in a positive way. All right, so I'm going to do, I've taken a snapshot of these. I'll put them in the comments. They're pretty brief. I might ad-lib some of my own stuff, which you can do. And then I did an energy sketch, which I'll show you after. So here's the clearing. Here's the reframe. This is real basic, foundational. You can throw in your own issues, because they will come up for you. All right, deep breath in, uncross your legs and arms. Deep breath in. And exhale. Thank your body for doing the job it's done. It's carried this stuff for you for long enough. It doesn't need to do it anymore. So just tapping, letting go of all of the anger Release it from all parts of my body. Releasing, infuriated, burning with anger. Let it go. Upset. Let it go. Release it. Upset that my body had to take this on. Upset that my body wasn't safe. Upset, angry, infuriated that my body wasn't mine and I couldn't keep it safe. Let it go. Let it go. My sexuality wasn't for me first. Release the infuriation and burning anger over that. Let it go. Release it from all areas of my body that have been violated, that have taken this on. Let it go. That hold the anger, the burning anger. My pelvis, my hip, my hips, my groin, my urinary tract, my vagina, my urethra. Let it go. My pubic bones, all parts are now releasing this burning anger once and for all. Let it go. Release it. Deep inhale. And exhale. Okay. I forgive myself for putting this off for so many days, which is, in a manner, being abusive to my body still. I forgive myself. I let that go. I forgive those that have hurt me. It's time to be free of their energy. I forgive all that is ready to be forgiven. Okay, tapping again. Reframes. I am healthy. I am grateful for my body. It is strong and healthy. I can see that. I love my body. I am grateful for its strength and what it's been willing to go through. I love myself. All parts of my body are healthy and free of any repressed energy it has been carrying. Let it go. I'm grateful for my body. It is safe now. I am grateful my body is for me, is mine, and is healthy. I'm grateful my sexuality is mine, is for me, and is healthy. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love my body. I am sorry, body. Please forgive me. Please forgive those who have hurt you. Take a deep breath in. Let that settle for a moment. When I tuned into this and sat down to really take accountability for this emotional energy, I have felt a shift in my, the burning has been, there's some discomfort still, but the burning, that really strong burning sensation has had a lot of relief. My groin area feels like it's feeling healthier. My pubic area, internally, my urinary tract. And I did this energy sketch. You can see it's me. I'm not holding the heart. I created that to be surrounding as though I were standing in it. And I'm in the heart energy in my groin area, my whole pelvic down. And I've put words in there, as you can see, of what's the energy I now want to hold in this space. Because we don't want to, that's why we do the reframes after the clearings, and the energy sketches will help fill the space you've cleaned up. I hope that helps you. Now, I'm wearing malachite because malachite, I've had this for years and years and years. 17 years probably. Malachite finds the organ or system in your body that's the most out of balance, and it targets it and starts to bring it back into balance. So I've been sleeping with this in my bed in the area of my hips, is next to me. And then carnelian, of course, is second chakra. It's the orange ray. And that's going to feed the orange ray into this area because that's the color ray that sustains healthy sexuality, is orange, through the gemstone of carnelian. This patch has nothing to do with any of that in targeting that. I wear patches frequently through a company called Vox. Go to voxlife.com/Carol Tuttle. Their socks are a huge benefit to me because they have created different. There's a sensory mode in the patch and in the socks that actually affect your nervous system to read it and pick up on a brain level. This will just help reduce discomfort if you have an overactive nervous system. Neuropathy is a side effect of that. Anxiety, when your nervous system's overactive, there's a lot of side effects. And so mine is part of the OCD pattern that I've treated, and this just helps calm that down so that I don't get the sensation of neuropathy in my feet and any unnecessary anxiety. Not that anxiety's ever necessary. This is a CGM. I haven't talked about this yet publicly. I've been wearing a continuous glucose monitor for over a year. A glucose monitor is most strongly associated with people that are dealing with diabetes, especially type 1 diabetics. Type 2 diabetics may have to wear one. And Libre, Libre, they actually provide the app that is then synced up with your CGM. It's got some sensory filter little probes that get, when you put this on, it's just sort of injected onto your arm. And now you can read your glucose at any particular, blood sugar levels at any particular time. And having strongly understood my brain chemistry is strongly related to my carb and sugar intake, that it aggravates depression, anxiety, and OCD states, which I am vulnerable to due to my childhood trauma and genetic history from both mother and father sides. And it's in remission because of all my proactivity in healing it. Could it come back? Certainly, if I abandoned all of my lifestyle choices and my method, how I've approached this to keep myself healthy, because I have that vulnerability. Okay, so the CGM is an added value that I have data on in choosing to eat a no sugar, no carb, no grain diet. I wanted to go that extra step and know my blood sugar levels so that I could track anything that would spike me and allow me to make more adjustments to my dietary experience that would keep my blood sugar below 120. The goal is really between 90 and 110, and I can see this at any given time. And I got it from my nurse practitioner who does a lot of functional medicine stuff. She got me a prescription because I don't have a diagnosis. I have to pay out of pocket, and they're about $60, which it's worth it to me, and they last 2 weeks. It's really worth it to me. I am on point with my eating when I have this data, for the fact that I don't want to see my blood sugar spike. And blood sugar spikes is probably one of the number one factors that are influencing inflammatory states, which then breed and become a hotbed for disease. The standard American diet is just, blood sugar spikes are a byproduct of eating unhealthy that you pay for in these obscure ways that you don't even know are happening to you. You're treating conditions that are really seated in an inflammatory state in your body. And until you address that, you're going to treat the symptoms that that particular condition can't really heal easily, because the overall inflammation in your system is really breeding the disease to be more potent. So eating an anti-inflammatory diet is huge and highly recommended, and blood sugar data is life-changing. You will not eat the same when you see what your blood sugar can go to. For example, here on the North Shore of Oahu, a very popular little kind of hole-in-the-wall plate lunch place is called Ted's Bakery. It's been around for decades. Last year, it's been pretty typical that our kids, our family, and even I have through the years gone and gotten the teriyaki chicken plate lunch, which includes rice and a macaroni salad. That's a classic Hawaiian plate lunch. Some kind of a barbecued meat with the macaroni, and I ate it. And you can imagine then the teriyaki glaze had sugar in it, plus macaroni salad is carb heaven and rice. This is like full-on carb diet. My blood sugar spiked to 160. I never go up to 160. People that drink regular sodas all day long in those big cups are keeping their blood sugar spiked pretty much all day long. And it's just feeding ill health. Anyway, side note. This is like a two-part video. You got the clearing support for the post-healing plan for sexual enemy stuff and some dietary support. But it's been life-changing to be able to finally put my suicidal depression, which it cycled through at least 4 or 5 times in my lifetime that I went there, in remission. And it feels incredible. It's so worth it. Sugar and it's not worth it. It's not worth it to me. I know what it's like to feel in bed and not want to live. I know what it's like to lay in my closet and want to bang my head against the wall just to relieve the emotional pain that I'm feeling and I know what it's like to want to cut yourself and all that stuff. I've gone through all of those scenarios and I understand this dilemma very, very well. It's a brain chemistry issue and there's so many things you can do to turn it around. Thanks.